Hey guys, I'm with Rachel Rose, and you can see in front of us we got a load of root stuff. And me and Rachel know each other through Facebook, and Rachel got involved with the root I think 2 years ago. She can correct me in a bit if I'm wrong. And me and her are of the same belief that root are really powerful stuff. So today we're going to get a bit more information on Rachel's journey with the root. So hi Rachel, how are you?
I'm okay. I'm hoping I remember everything.
Yeah, no pressure. So let's start at the beginning, really. Root's a new company. When did you get yourself involved with Root, and what did you find?
I can't remember the exact date, but it might have been 2021, I think. I don't quote me on that one. But I do remember I was looking for heavy metal detox at the time. And I tried different other products, which were harsh. Some of them started working, then they stopped, and I got to a point where I just stopped buying because it wasn't working. So then, when Clean Slate, which is over here, that was the first product that the Root Brands released, I believe, and that was the first product I tried. And I got to this point where I knew I had gut health issues, and I had got tested by a nutritionist, so I kind of knew what was going on. And because I knew the way to get rid of certain things was through removing the bad from the body, which is the toxins and the heavy metals, I thought, let's get clean slate. But at the time, I remember my gut had got so bad that I really couldn't drink much water. So like my habit has always been wake up in the morning, first thing, drink 500 mils of water, and then go about my day, get ready, whatever. But it got to a point where I was getting bloated right on top of my stomach, like right there, and I could probably do maybe 250, 300 mil sometimes, and that was when it was good, and my belly would blow up, and I couldn't drink anymore. So, started clean slate, and I don't know, I can't remember how many days I was into it, but it wasn't long. Now, being someone who's gut issues gives them constipation, like I know how my body works. And I remember being with a client at work, and I said, excuse me, I just need to go to the bathroom. And I went to the bathroom, and when I finished, I felt something had left the top of my stomach. And I didn't think much about it until when I went down, I realised I could drink more water. At first I thought, hang on a second, do I feel like, I just wasn't sure. But the next day, 500 mils is what I could drink. And that's when I realised, I was like, oh, okay, oh my goodness, if this is what this can do with my stomach, with whatever vacated the building, I'm gonna keep using it.
Was that with the Root Clean Slate, sorry?
That was clean slate,
Just
yeah.
Clean Slate?
That was clean, and it wasn't long into it either.
Wow, so just a couple of drops.
It must have been just a couple of drops, yeah, and I don't know if it was 2 weeks, I can't remember exactly.
That's crazy. It's like you're saying that the body blockages were removed so much that you can now take on more water.
Yeah,
Like,
and I could feel that, because I'd gone to the bathroom, like I'd had a bowel movement at like it was midday. That doesn't happen at that point. That wasn't happening. So I knew something had got disturbed and had to leave my body.
yeah.
So so I was really chuffed with that, to be honest.
Yeah,
So that was like my first experience a couple of years ago.
That made you a believer in the supplement, the Root, the power of the Root, right? So that was good.
It did, and I knew it was clean. For the stuff I'd been using before, I used with good intention, but
Those were prior zeolites that were good, but
they were, they were, yeah. But I think what I learned was that along your journey of health, you keep learning and learning and learning, and you've got to keep being open to learning. So by the time Clean Slate came along, understanding, that it's vital to have the trace minerals in there, so that not only is your body removing what's bad, you're actually replenishing it with what is good.
Yeah.
And that's the difference between Clean Slate and other zeolite products that I've come across as well. But I did actually stop Clean Slate for a bit, and then I restarted. Sometimes at one point it was affordability, other times you just forget to order. But at this point, what I'm using it for is not just gut issues. I actually have I have fatigue, and I have a lot of muscle and joint pain. And basically my arms and my joints, things can get very weak and very painful. When I don't use Clean Slate, the pain intensifies quite quickly. It can, like it can be a week, a day, or even, you know, a month.
Like an inflammation.
It's like an inflammation, I believe, and
Yeah.
that just comes on, and it makes your life hell, really.
Yeah.
So with clean slate, I don't get it.
Interesting. Yeah, because you did say to me before that you can't imagine your life without something so powerful to keep that inflammation and your pain at bay. Because obviously doing something crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I have a high pain threshold as well, and for something that is so natural to help me live every day without that pain, and I'm not taking ibuprofen, I'm not taking paracetamol. Those things are great for the times that you have to use them, but you know the power of clean slate is it's reducing inflammation. It's taking that away. It's you know, I just think just flushing out. So whatever build up my body's having, when I don't take it, when clean slate comes back in, it flushes out.
Yeah, exactly.
As well.
That's powerful. So when did you add in the zero in that we can see here in the restore? What's your
Okay.
experiences with these?
So zero in, I cannot remember what, I think zero in was the second one. Oh my gosh, zero in changed my life.
Yeah.
So with the brain fog and the fatigue and everything, I had got to a point where, you know, my gut issues are so bad that I thought, you know, I'm a bookworm, I love studying. I was always doing a qualification of some sort for some reason. And I thought to myself, I can never study again. I got so sick. And like you pick up a book, you read it and you forget. You know, you have to focus on your work or whatever. And, you know, I just want to keep my job, to be honest. That's what it was. And I remember there was this nutritional therapy course that I got, and you could study in your own time, but you know, at the end you're left and you can practice as a nutritional therapist. And I was like, I'll get it because it's on sale. I will never be able to do this because I don't have the capacity to remember any of it. I just want to cry now. But anyway, so Zero In came into my life, and I remember ordering it. And I remember the first time that I took it, it literally, I was just like, whoa. My brain, everything that had switched off, switched on and a bit more. And I was sitting there and I called my brother. I'm like, Sam, things are going in my brain. I'm actually learning. Things are staying in. And it's literally because of Zero In, that's why I passed my nutritional therapy course.
Really?
Yeah. I could not have done it without Zero In. And I sat there and I got my certificate and I was like, this means more. I was given my life back.
Yeah.
Because the thing that I wanted to do, to study, to you know, and don't get me wrong, this was a few years ago. I think this was the second product they brought out, I think.
Yes, that's right. It came a few months after the first product.
That makes sense. Yeah, so that was the second one. And I, you know, so not only was I able to drink my water and, you know, flush out some toxins and stuff, but something that mattered to me, I was able to do.
Yeah.
And now I'm still working through my health issues. You know, it's a work in progress. But I use Zero In to keep me focused at work.
Yeah.
I spend a lot of time on the computer, and being that I do have fatigue issues still that I'm working through, I can literally zero in and get my work done. Keep that focus.
Yeah.
So it's given me my life, and I wouldn't. And the beautiful thing about it is it's also reducing inflammation. It's also keeping you calm. I think it's L-theanine that does that. I think that's what's in there as well.
Yeah.
So it's doing all of those things. It's keeping your gut happy, for your gut to work better for you. So it's doing all those things while giving me my life.
Yeah.
And I'm not compromising anything.
No.
And now I feel like I should do like a Dove advert or something like.
No,
really
I love your
weird.
passion that you're speaking.
But yeah, I love it.
That's crazy. I had some. So the Restore too. I mean, you've got a lot of powerful experiences with a load of these supplements.
I do.
So talk to us, because that was the last one to come along in terms of the Trinity, which is the most famous fruit thing at the moment. So yeah, what was your experience with the most tasty supplement, I call it, in the world? It's so tasty, man.
I mean, this I think you need this in your arsenal. Like, if you have a cough or a cold coming on, I literally have it in my bag. I literally just, you know.
I didn't know that for cough and colds. It makes sense for the lung thing.
I do my hair with hair clips, right? If I'm on the go and I've got to close it up, I literally put a hair clip.
Right.
And I just close it up like that, and I keep it in my bag because it's inflammation. That's what's happening, and all this congestion build up. So I literally do that sometimes, and I'll just sip it through the day, just to kind of keep that at bay. And to be honest, considering I have had testing a few years ago and my immune system is low, with the gut issues that I have and things like that. And for you to be somebody who has fatigue, who has muscle pain, who is able to still keep coughs, colds, flus and stuff at bay, that's a bit of a big deal for anybody going through that and battling with that every day.
I'm also thinking out loud, COVID is lung thing.
Yes.
It'd be really good for COVID, restore too.
Yeah, I think it was this week I felt like something starting on my chest, and I was visiting my aunt in the hospital, and I'm like, I just took it out, I just like drinking the whole thing, like, we are not doing that.
Yeah.
You know, and it literally by a couple of hours, I didn't feel anything.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so it really does work for that, but also this is beautiful for parasites and getting rid of the unwanted like yeast, excess growth of yeast and stuff in your gut.
Yes.
I think my most powerful experience of it was recently when I did just for everyone's understanding, I'm working on I guess organ regeneration, I think would be the right word. So I'm focusing on my liver because a lot of the time, depending on what organ is congested, we can tend to overlook that. The beauty of these products is that they don't overlook any of your organs. They will help support renewal and regeneration. For me, I did do a liver cleanse, and to support that, it was a completely natural process, and to support that, I decided to do Restore alongside with it. But I did it in using it a more, I guess, in a fasted way. So in order to make the cleanse work better, the
cleanse was already fasting.
Yes, it was. It was already fasted, and
Yeah.
I decided to top up. Actually, I decided to top up with greens because I'm going to introduce some products really quickly.
Yeah.
So no, that's not it. That's natural. The greens are here.
Yeah.
I decided to top up my fast with greens and with Restore. So for about 3 or 4 days, I was having 1 sachet of these 3 times a day. And I think I did 1 or 2 teaspoons of the greens per day as well.
Just that?
No, and just water and clean slate.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I did do some zeroing as well if I just felt a bit, down. But I wasn't hungry. The purpose of that, I just came up with it. I just thought the purpose of this combo was to really focus on my organs, to really purge out my gut and whatever is in there, to just give my body more of a chance to get rid of and to replenish. Because with these, you're not just purging, you're replenishing. So with Restore, I think it got to, I think it was maybe the 3rd day of taking 3 sachets a day. When I went to the bathroom, let's just say I was just like, something's vacated. It wasn't not meant to be here.
Something nasty in the toilet. Yeah.
It must have been because the way I felt and what I looked, and this Restore actually does address the issue of parasites and yeast.
Is it the black seed oil?
I'm not familiar
with... The black seed oil, I think, definitely removes parasites. And I think I got the name term correctly.
Hang on.
Because I haven't used black seed oil in a while, so that's why...
I've only used black seed oil in this formulation.
Yes,
but it's...
Same, actually. Same as you. I'm not used... But yeah, I think that specifically deals with parasites.
Yes.
Very famous for that. Right.
And I mean, if you're worried about gut issues and stuff like that, if you've got IBS, look, the fact of the matter is, IBS to me is, and I'm not a person that swears, but it's bull. Because nobody knows what they're talking about, they're just throwing a label at you to kind of say, eliminate this or that. When you're told you have a gut issue of any type, it's information to say, take it as information to say, okay, how can I fix it? These products will help you do it gently, but because it's bioavailable, meaning your body recognises food and it will take food in, you're actually repairing and restoring your body. So with the greens as well, it's going to do that. I mean, you're getting the best nutrients sourced most naturally on the planet, and it's on your doorstep. You're not having to ask for a prescription. Yeah. You're not having to go to some Hollywood elite or anything like that, because a lot of the time, the more finances you have, the more connections you have, the more access you have to care.
Yeah.
And that varies obviously worldwide. This, you're getting the best of the best. And you're cleaning up your body in a natural way that is not disturbing your body. I mean, I did not have detox symptoms when I was taking these. They're tasty. I enjoyed them, and I was nourishing my body, and that's the key. Your body wants to remove and be nourished.
Yeah,
that's what it's asking for.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly, Rachel. That's cool. So yeah, we've gone through that. We've gone through the reader greens. What was the one, barrier support?
Oh yeah, okay. So this, okay, I did hide this earlier because it didn't fit the the aesthetic. But this natural barrier support has vitamin C, zinc, and vitamin D, and
What's your experience with that?
well,
Because obviously we're just saying logical things that are
yeah.
amazing, but we want to know how you experienced it. Like,
My experience with it is when I feel a bit like I'm getting a cold. If I feel I'm getting a cold, I'll definitely sip on this, and I'll definitely up my clean slate to kind of, because you want, and I find that I recover really quickly because clean slate is trapping everything and getting it out.
Yeah.
I'm nourishing. Barrier support, I actually do mine a bit differently. I have a little ice cube tray I've made of it's got not pureed, juiced up ginger. Then I've got orange and grapefruit, and I take maybe an ice cube or two, put in a cup with some warm water. Add my barrier support. I just chuck this in there, and it's literally just all the goodness of vitamin C, and it's tangy and zingy. I love it.
Yeah.
But it also does literally make me feel better. I don't feel. I just know I should be really sick all the time. I know I should be sniffling all the time. I know I should be always having something. And I don't. It comes and it goes.
yeah, because the power of that supplement
Yeah.
specifically. I mean, ginger's good and all these things, but I reckon it's more the natural barrier
Absolutely.
support than the others.
Oh, I've had my little concoction. I mean, don't get me wrong. It
Yeah.
tastes, my little ice cubes taste lovely
Yeah.
on the side, and I have that. But I promise you that when I take my ice cubes on their own, in my hot water or whatever,
Yeah.
it doesn't have the same effect as when I add, when
Natural-
I had
and
this.
that's how you know it's a natural barrier support that's
Exactly.
doing something crazy
Yeah.
significant.
And sometimes
Yeah.
I'll just take a shot of it. Like if I'm in a rush, I've got little shot glasses. Like I have to run. I'll take a shot of this,
Yep.
like greens. Let's say I can't get my greens in for the day. I know
Yeah.
I'm gonna have bad nutrition. Take that. Take a shot of barrier support as well. Done. I know I'm equipped. And I go out in very in places that are not hygienic because of my work sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's easy to meet people who are unwell. So I have to make more of an effort consciously.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so that's my little little route.
That's your root story. Definitely
That
life-changing stuff for a lot of people. And when I took my first drops, so thank you very much, Rachel, for joining us today and sharing your root story. And yeah, just last question quickly: if people had limited available funds, what would you recommend for people to go with?
I would always say clean slate is the foundation for everything. Reason being is we are exposed to toxins, heavy metals every day. And what we don't get taught when I was on this journey learning about my health, what I didn't know was that the accumulation of these toxins makes your body sick. It builds up in your organs, in your tissues, everywhere. And these brings along symptoms, and those symptoms lead your professionals to make a diagnosis of sorts. I believe God made our body to be whole and wonderful, to function beautifully, but adding things to it that your body doesn't need clogs it up. By taking clean slate, you're helping your body gently remove the bad, so that when you do take in your nutrition, when you do actually absorb it, and you lower your inflammation. I know for me, I wouldn't be able to manage with the pain that I have. I need that. It's quality of life.
Yeah.
So I would say always start with removing the bad, so that all the other good stuff you're doing, it has that chance to work even better.
That resonates so much. Yeah, thanks, Rachel, for doing this.
You're
I appreciate you.
welcome.